Vice President Kamala Harris is out with a new ad today in the lead up to the debate this evening, pointing out the fact that Donald Trump lies about everything, and he will likely spend the entire debate lying. Check out this new incredible ad by the Harris campaign. Play the clip.
His lies never stop.
$35 insulin. You know who did that? I did that.
Obviously not true. Here's Joe Biden signing that piece of legislation.
During my 4 years, I had the best environmental numbers.
Trump rolled back environmental protections and dismissed climate change.
Project 25. I don't know anything about it.
Donald Trump has been at our organization. He's blessed it. He's very supportive of what we do.
I'm a better looking person.
Roe v. Wade back to the States.
No inflation.
I did nothing wrong.
Here's the truth. Donald Trump has been and always will be a liar.
You know, similarly, the Lincoln Project just came out with an ad as well, calling Donald Trump out for the fact that he lies about everything. Play the clip.
There's a rigged trial.
They rigged an election.
The system is rigged. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. That created maybe the best economy. The virus that goes away in April with the heat. November 5th is going to be the most important day in the history of our country.
Vice President Kamala Harris's team is also running the following ad on Fox, trolling Donald Trump all day. The Harris campaign posted the following: "We're running this ad on Fox News this morning for no particular reason." Here it is.
Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems.
Oh, she had a big crowd. Oh, the crowd.
This weird obsession with crowd sizes. It just goes on and on and on. America's ready for a new chapter. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
And then yesterday, Vice President Kamala Harris's team came out with yet another incredible ad that went mega viral, using the words of people closest to Donald Trump who no longer support him: his former vice president, his defense secretary, his former chief of staff, and his other closest aides who say that he is unfit to serve. Here, play this clip.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. It should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's highest ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is a danger to our troops and our democracy. We can't let him lead our country again.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
One of the reasons that he's so unfit to serve, of course, is because he is a psychopath. The Anti-Psychopath PAC has been doing incredible work. They're led by George Conway. I think their most famous ad of this election cycle was their first ad, but all of their ads have been incredible. Here, watch this.
Donald Trump has never, ever been right in the head.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. An anonymous, really an anonymous. And then they announced there was no buys, no. Take a look at the oranges of the investigation.
Venezuela,
if you have a windmill anywhere near your house, they say the noise causes cancer.
I don't know what I said.
They have voter ID. They have ID on everything. You buy a loaf of bread, you have ID. The first non-incumbent. The kidney has a very special place in the heart.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Injection inside or or almost a cleaner. That an illegal ad?
Learn more at psychopath.org. Anti-Psychopath PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
And here's the most recent ad, which I think is equally good, by the Anti-Psychopath PAC led by George Conway. Let's play it.
Hey, Donald.
Governor Chris Sununu called Trump crazy, but he's...
All your friends, all the people that have worked with you.
He's a very, very flawed man.
They all think you're nuts.
The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist.
He's a populist, authoritarian narcissist.
Donald Trump is not fit to be president of the United States.
Our country can't be a therapy session for a troubled man like that.
Governor Sununu called Trump crazy and said if he was in a mental institution, he wouldn't get out.
To turn over the nuclear codes of the United States to an erratic individual.
Serious character issues.
He constantly engages in reckless conduct.
Goes and he starts to say these wacky things.
But he's not fit to be president of the United States.
A consummate narcissist.
A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever
Donald
seen.
Trump's literally insane. And I think people are scared of him, and they should be scared of him.
Wholly unfit to be president of the United States in every way you can think of.
Learn more at psychopath.org. Anti-Psychopath PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The MeidasTouch network has also been focused on Donald Trump's dangerous pathology. We did one video focusing on his steep mental decline, which we think will be on display this evening during the debate. Donald Trump is far too old and mentally incapacitated to lead any nation or any entity at all. Play this clip.
And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, "Sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal."
Have you been noticing peculiar behavior recently in someone you know?
Carried out by
someone who mixes fiction and reality?
the late great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Perhaps someone of advanced age you have known for years.
Did you just see Maduro, Venezuela? It's unbelievable, Venezuela.
Of course, we all have our goofs. But consistently odd behavior can be a sign of frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. And there are some key signs to look out for, like slurring words.
The failing New York Times by anonymous, really anonymous.
Struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges of the investigation.
You may also notice someone veering into incoherent ideas, detached from reality.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Or an inability to complete simple sentences.
Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Other notable symptoms include impaired motor function, such as a wavering limb, and decreased balance, often accompanied by a signature lean or arched stance. If someone you know is demonstrating several or all of these symptoms, they are seriously unwell. As a matter of safety, they must be relieved of critical responsibilities and disqualified from any position of authority. Remember, frontotemporal dementia is a degenerative disease. Cognitive function will never return and will only deteriorate further. Don't ignore the signs.
We then did a follow-up to that, focusing on Donald Trump's malignant narcissism. Let's play the clip.
We will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, "Please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it." You'll be begging me, "No more electricity, sir."
Is someone you're thinking of hiring promising things that sound too good to be true?
I could stop wars with a telephone call.
Do their facts and figures not add up?
Actually, beyond the number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but...
Does the candidate seem self-absorbed?
People have come up to me and they say, "Sir, thank you." Sir, thank you. Sir, I want to thank you. You've made me a hero to my wife and to my family.
In all likelihood, you've encountered the malignant narcissist. Malignant narcissism is a severe personality disorder that pairs the self-absorbed behavior of narcissists with the unfeeling manipulation of sociopaths. Unlike those who simply enjoy recognition from their peers, the malignant narcissist is driven by a desire to dominate for personal gain. And there are red flags you can look out for. Like, do they have an unrealistic view of their own importance?
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Do they only regard other people as tools for personal gain?
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Do they lack empathy, even for children?
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
I think you really believe me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking.
Do they speak with an excessive use of superlatives?
Who are the best and who are the worst? Best, the worst, biggest, lowest, best. I find it to be about the worst.
If the candidate you're interviewing exhibits some or all of these red flags, trust your instincts and show them the door. Your organization deserves an employee that can lead with integrity and respect. Stay vigilant. Look for the red flags.
The most recent short that we created at the MeidasTouch Network uses AI, and it talks about Donald Trump's projection. I want to give a disclaimer. Anytime we ever use AI here on the MeidasTouch Network, I will always give this disclaimer when AI is used. But we're using AI specifically just to show what Donald Trump's projection looks like. So we're using AI to show what he really means versus what he said. Here's the latest Meidas short. Tell me what you think about it. Play the clip.
I was the worst president in the history of our country. I am showing every day that I hate democracy. I lie, I cheat, I make up fake stories. I'm a hater, and I hate at levels that are rarely seen before.
Are you a weak person? So weak that your inadequacies are bringing you down? Put all your loathsome qualities somewhere else with the leading brand in self-deception. Trump projection. Just take one of those distasteful truths about yourself.
I am unfit to lead.
And project it somewhere else.
Kamala Harris is unfit to lead.
With Trump projection, it's easier than ever to turn your shame.
I'm bringing drugs. I'm bringing crime. I'm a rapist.
Into blame.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Trump projection's patented I'm rubber, you're glue technology can take even the deepest insecurities and redirect them anywhere to ensure striking and dependable projection that protects your fragile little ego. So when you're thinking this,
I want to weaponize the FBI, the DOJ. That's going to be my form of shading.
Try Trump projection and flip it to this.
The Democrats want to weaponize the FBI, the DOJ. That's going to be their form of shading.
See the difference? And it's shame resistant and accountability proved. So start your journey of ego defense today with Trump projection, the key to a spotless self-image. So you can be sure you're doing this.
She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
Instead of this.
I'm not a good debater. I'm not a smart person. And I don't want to debate. I'm going to destroy our country.
Trump projection. Because who needs reality when you have your own?
And the Sharper Image is the only store where you can buy it.
And speaking of AI, Jeremy Neuberger has been doing a really great job doing some really funny videos, taking some of Donald Trump's statements and turning them into these incredible kind of AI shorts. Have you seen this one? Like, he did one on Trump's shark story. And when you see the visuals of Trump's story, it also brings out just how utterly strange and dysfunctional this all is. Here, play the clip of Neuberger showing Trump's shark story. Play the clip.
I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight? And you're in the boat, and you have this tremendously powerful battery, and the battery's now underwater, and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. Do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted, I'll take electrocution every single time.
Here's the most recent one that Neuberger did as well. I think this one is very, very funny. Tell me what you think about it. It's Trump on magnets, windmills, and pants. Here, play this clip.
They had an almost $1 billion cost overrun on the magnetic elevators. Think of it, magnets. Now, all I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets. You know, I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody. You want to see a bird graveyard? Go under a windmill someday. If you shoot a bald eagle, they want to put you in jail for 10 years. A windmill will kill many bald eagles. Sir, how do you do it? How do you wake up in the morning and put on your pants? And I say, well, I don't think about it too much. I don't want to think about it. I love it because we're going to do something for this country that's never been done before.
Now focusing on one that is a little bit more serious, Liz Cheney's Political Action Committee did the following ad that I think is pretty powerful. Play the clip.
Donald Trump represents a very grave and direct threat to the foundations of the republic. I think people have to not forget what Donald Trump did during the 187 minutes, during the attack on the Capitol. Donald Trump had mobilized this mob, and then he gets back to the White House, and he watched people assault our Capitol in his name as members of his family, pleaded with him, tell the mob to stop, and he wouldn't do it. The pure depravity of an individual watching this violent assault, and he refuses to tell the mob to leave. That's a man who can never again be entrusted with power of any kind. And because of the danger that Donald Trump poses, not only am I not voting for Donald Trump, but I will be voting for Kamala Harris. We can't elect people who will only certify elections that they win. We are free because people have fought and died for our freedom, and we do not have the luxury to be bystanders. The way that we stamp out violence in our politics is by electing people who know that the peaceful transfer of power has to be defended. It is the most important thing that you can do when you're making sure that the generations that come after us also get to live in a country where they don't have to worry that we're going to have violence that determines who leads this nation.
And here the Lincoln Project's ad talks about also how there's only one candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, who will protect our national security. Play this clip.
America's national security, a president's first job, to protect our nation from all enemies, foreign and domestic. In a dangerous world, Kamala Harris has sworn to do just that. Her commitment is clear.
I will never waver in defense of America's security and ideals, because in the enduring struggle between democracy and tyranny, I know where I stand and I know where the United States belongs. I will ensure America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
And to uphold America's solemn promise to honor our veterans.
And I will fulfill our sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor and never disparage their service and their sacrifice.
Kamala Harris for president, for a stronger, safer America.
Well, tell me what you think of all of those. Which one was your favorite? Hit subscribe, and let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram @MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.